which is the Camo CCC cream. CCC cream. Hello, 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 my lovely people, and welcome back to Addie's World. My name is Aodain. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. If not and this is your first time, sit down, relax, grab a drink, stay till the end of the video. If you like what you see, maybe think about hitting that subscribe button and making sure your bell is on for all upcoming videos. Okay, people. Again, this is super early in the morning. Like, I'm talking 6:30 that I'm shooting this, so excuse my face. I was supposed to do it a little bit earlier, but my bloody background lights, the background lights needed a charge, so sorry, I just had to move the camera there. So we have a fun video today, so I'm gonna stop yapping and we're gonna jump on in. Okay, people, we have a relatively fun video today. We have new products to me. They're probably not new products. Well, some, maybe mascara is and stuff like that. But who are we reviewing today? I've got a whole box of e.l.f. You can see I have loads of goodies in there. Now, I mentioned the other day in my Maybelline video, I'll link it up here, that I may have ordered from a few different websites. Did I double up on some things? Of course I did. More like eyebrow pencils and mascara. Or not mascara, eyebrow pencils and concealer. But you can never have enough concealer. I'll go through quickly what I got and then we'll get into it. So I bought the 18 Hit Wonder eyeshadow palette. Now I know this has been out for a while, but I just thought summer, spring, you could either do a really vibrant color or mute it down a little. So that is why I chose this one. I've never actually used e.l.f. eyeshadows before, so that's a new one for me. I got an e.l.f. bronzer. This is a primer bronzer. Oh my god, it's really hard to read. I don't know because I took it out of the packaging and there's nothing on the back, but just a general bronzer. I hope it's not too ready for me. So I also picked up, now I think this is their new product, the CC cream. Again, it could be too light. Is that anything new? And I did pick up then their Flawless Satin foundation, purely because I forgot I had bought this. I thought I needed more foundation. Wow. I picked up these two eyeshadow glitters because, you know, I like a glitter, and in the top trends that we all should be following, a gold glitter eye apparently is all in. So I picked up this lovely little gold one and I just thought this color was beautiful. Yeah, that's just a beautiful kind of blue one. So I'm excited to try those. I always have the putty primer, the e.l.f. putty primer that I swear by anyway. So I have that. I did pick up the hydrating face primer. Again, coming into this kind of warmer months, I don't know if I needed hydrating, but there is just parts I would like to hydrate. I did see Robert Welch using this, so I might try his little technique of tiny amount under my eyes as well. I picked up their Flawless Concealer and the 16-hour Camo Concealer. Now, I've used the Camo Concealer before and I do love it. So, but this was a newer one to me. That's just the Flawless one. I think this is one of their newer mascaras as well, the Lash It Loud, which I thought looked really pretty. When I was on the websites, they kind of do the newer products to the top, so that's why I was like, oh, they must be new. I also brought two eyebrow pencils. Did I mean to? No. Are they here? Yes. Do I like their eyebrow pencils? I really do, because they have a nice thin nib on the top of those. So they're actually great for, because I've been using brushes at the moment. I just find my eyebrows are too thick. Sorry. So this one is Instant Lift Brow Pencil and this one is the Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. Deep brown and warm brown. So that is what I purchased. So I'm going to put my shoebox. By the way, these are so handy for makeup. I got these like on Wish and on Amazon. Will we start? Okay, so my face is hydrated and moisturized. Now, I've had a few breakouts, guys, around here and here. I don't know if it's from the Maybelline foundation or is it from something else I'm using that has SPF in it. I'm not quite sure if I'm allergic to SPF and that's what's happening, or is it the fact that I've been using loads of different makeup. So I won't make a judgment on the Maybelline just yet, but it's been written on my shit list. So I'm just going to go into my e.l.f. putty primer. As you can see, she's been well loved. And rather than putting it everywhere, I always just, for us ladies of mature skin, I fill in my pie holes. I fill them in and I just have to make sure it's really in there. So for my pores that stick out, not stick out, but they're noticeable, it's just kind of almost a putty fills in gaps and holes. So, and then I'm going to use the hydrating one on the rest of my face. Now I'm not going to put it on my forehead because being menopausal, and I'm just going to put that because my skin can get dry. My skin is kind of dry to normal, so I just want to make sure it is properly hydrated as well. And I am going to do that little thing that Mr. Walsh had, a teeny tiny amount, and warm it up between your fingers and ever so gently around your eye. Alright, so I did not buy an eyelid primer because I doubled up in concealer and foundation, so I'm just using my normal Sigma Ignite. I'm just going to lay this down on my eyes as is. So that's the eyebrows primed, and I like the Ignite as well purely because it gives you a skin tone. Like it's not a pigmented, well, it's not overly pigmented, but it just kind of matches your natural skin tone. I actually think I'm going to go in with the Ultra Precise, that one there, purely because I think I've used that one before. And I don't really ever do my eyebrows on camera, so let's do it. It comes in a nice spoolie. Again, it's a thin spoolie as well, so if you have finer hairs, it's kind of easier to get into. You're done. We're going to start with eyes as I normally do. Now, the only thing I was thinking is I did not buy a blush or a setting powder or a mascara because, let's face it, I forgot. So I did promise you that I was getting the Fit Me, the loose powder. I will try that. And then the blush, I'm just going to use a NYX blush today. So what are we going to do? We are going to eyeshadows, and I'm going to keep it kind of natural enough. I'm kind of going to go yellows and oranges. Now, I've never really done yellow and oranges look. They don't really, I don't know if they suit me, but we'll all try this together. I'll just do one and do the other one off camera, guys, and you know what I'd be doing. So there's some beautiful colors in here. I think I'm going to stick to Peachy, Heat, Summer, Supreme, maybe a bit of Solar. It's bright orange, bright yellow, but we'll see how it's going. Just gonna lay down the transition color. It's a bit of fallout, but my foundation's not done, so. Okay, there's pigment there. It's not overly pigmented, but this is kind of a very muted yellow, so. I do want it to be just a little bit stronger. Okay, it's there. From here, I'm going to go into the kind of orangey one, which is called Heat. And I'm just going to bring that down and pop it into my socket. It's coming together quite nice, actually. The two colors, the two mattes are blending beautifully on each other. Oh yes, that's like a burnt orange color. It's beautiful. I'm just adding small bits as I go, because I usually go in too heavy and then I'm like, And on the corner, just to darken up a little, I am going to go into the Supreme color here. It looks slightly purple, purpley brown, so it's coming out more brown when I swatch it, so here's hoping. And I'm just placing that right in the corner and kind of concentrating in little swirl motions. Again, just to help build it up. And I actually find this brush, is the L16 by Laura Lee, is brilliant for this kind of thing. It keeps it kind of in one concentrated area without it going further up into your eye to make it look a bit muddy. The Supreme color takes a while to build up, but I'm doing a lot of buffing and blending and kind of trying to pop it into the corner. But so far the colors are blending beautifully. They're sitting perfectly on top of each other, which is, I think, something we all kind of look for in a palette these days, kind of that it works consistently and it works together. There is a beautiful shimmer color in here, and it's called Quartz. It's kind of along the same lines of that, so I'm just going to pop that on the center and bring it across of my lid. See, that's just kind of natural and pretty, but I am going to use this. This is in the shade 24 karat gold, 24K gold, so I'm hoping this doesn't go everywhere, but I'm just going to pop that in here. Yeah, it's probably just best put down and maybe just slightly tapped into place, or even take it off the top of that and put it on with your own. And I just brought the orange color heat, placed it between the brown and the sparkle just to give it a kind of a look, because it was too dark jumping straight from one into the sparkle. So guys, that is one eye half done. I'm going to come back with you with the second eye done. Okay guys, I came back and I was talking to you, realising what I didn't press record. So I came back, I just have my eyes halfway done, kind of a sunset look. I don't think it turned out too bad. And what I'm doing is I'm using a part of the Flawless concealer just to kind of help neutralise. I have a few little breakouts just to help cover them up before I put on my foundation, and kind of just under my eye again to brighten it up. Even though apparently looking tired is in. Apparently it's all the rage on the TikTok, but I saw it on YouTube and I'm like, looking tired? Do people have nothing better to do than make themselves look tired? I was like, but it's all younger people doing it. I'm like, just wait till you have a job, guys. Kids or anything like that. You won't need to be putting kind of darker shadows under your eyes. They'll just be there. Trying to get rid of the dark circles. So I just wanted to stipple that on just a little bit because I just kind of wanted to neutralize my skin. Now I know for a fact the CC cream is going to be too light for me. Like ghostly light white. So I'm going to actually mix it in with the slightly darker actual foundation. This has an SPS of 30 in it, which is good. I'm hoping it doesn't react to my skin, but it also seems to be, it says it's color correcting, full coverage, natural finish with collagen peptides and niacinamide. Excuse me. Niacinamide is great for anti-inflammatory and for taking redness out of the skin. You can actually get a tablet form of niacinamide. So I'm gonna try mix these two together. They're not overly dark, but what I'm going to do then is, you know me guys, I'll bronze myself to the high heaven. So I'm just gonna take one pump of each. Okay, she's pale, but she will be fine. Gives beautiful coverage. I can still see my skin halfway through it, which I actually kind of like at the moment. But I do like the fuller coverage of the combination of them together as well. So, looks good, looks good. So from here, I'm just going to use the 12-hour camo concealer. Again, I've got this quite bright, but what I always do is only use small amounts, and I always use my foundation brush to blend it in. So, and the good thing about this is the doe foot is absolutely massive on it. So I'm just going to blend it in with a small little kind of almost like an eyeshadow brush first, and then go over it with my foundation brush. I just find bright eyes are lovely to have, but for me I can't go too bright because I think they look silly. So one way I find I dull it down anyway is with not adding any product to my concealer or to my brush or sponge or whatever I use that day, but just going over it with it. It's probably still a little bright, but at least it's toned down a little. By the way, I've been noticing in my videos recently, wherever way the light hits me, it always looks like I have highlighter right here. I don't put highlighter there. Maybe it's the way my lights are set up that my ring light is shining right on my apples. But just in case people are like, that's not where you put highlighter. Okay, so I am going to try this Fit Me loose translucent powder. I got the shade Light. It looks a bit pinky, but I don't use it to bake. I just fine dust of it. That's light. Nope. Oh my god, that just ruined it. Oh no. No, 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 no. I have to commit to the other side now, but no thank you, ma'am. No, that's terrible powder. That's light. Light what? That's supposed to be light, guys. That's a negatory for me anyway. We will move on. I'm going to go into the e.l.f. concealer, or the e.l.f. bronzer now, guys. I've never used an e.l.f. bronzer. This says it's, I can't find the package, but it did say it was primer infused, so we'll give it a go anyway. Okay, and we are back. I did add the blush as well. The bronzer is pretty. It's kind of a natural. I presume primer infused, maybe it is slightly lighter. It was hard work though. It was really, really hard work to get it to even this. And it still probably looks pale on camera. Now, it's beautiful in person. I will say that it is actually really pretty in person. So I like it, but it was a lot of fucking effort to get there, lads. A lot of effort. So, we're gonna finish off the eyes. So I'm just going to do underneath my eyes. I was so tempted by this to put it under my eye. Okay, I'm doing it. And I'm just going to take it on a little brush. Okay, so the blue almost acted as a little eyeliner underneath my eyes, so cute. And it actually didn't sting, so it must be just my eyelids are a bit sensitive at the moment, so I can't really blame the gold for that. It could be me just trying on different eyeshadows and taking them off, and trying different makeup and taking it off. So that one didn't sting at all, so I had no reaction to that one. Okay, what I am going to do lastly is use this mascara. I really like the top on this, focus. So it's quite a thin, but it's rubbery and it's got loads of little spikes out of it, so hopefully. Guys, I was going to put on some fake lashes, but I don't need to. This is amazing. It's really good for getting down to the base of your lashes and curling them up. But let me throw on a lip and we'll be back. Okay guys, and we are back with the finished look. I just threw the Laura Topless on my lips and lined it with nude, True Nude from Cash Beauty. So this is the finished look. I couldn't stand to look in the viewfinder and see myself so pale from that bronzer, so I did go in with another bronzer. I went in with Beauty Bay and the shade Fawn. It's beautiful, but it's not enough for me. I love a bronzer and I love a blusher, so not enough for me. I'm gonna do a quick rundown, of course, and then we'll see where we go from there. So, as always, I have putty primer. I love putty primer. I find it does fill in the pores. It makes the foundation just go on a little bit smoother. So I really, really liked that. I actually really like the hydrating primer, which I usually stay away from as well. I do feel like it did kind of do its job around kind of my red areas to actually soften them, not soften them up, but they made them smoother. So I do like that. The eyeshadow palette, I really liked. I don't know if this has got good reviews or bad reviews. I think it was mixture. I really liked it. I found the colours I used anyway were quite good. Just there is a few shimmers in here, just to be aware there is fallout, but that's easy solved. That's not a make or break one for me. Where do we go from there? We then went on to my foundations. A bit light on camera, but probably more my natural color what I would be. This one more so would be my natural color, but they're actually, when I mixed them together, it was beautiful and it looks really well on the skin. Good coverage and quite comfortable. I think one's a satin, one could be a matte, so it's kind of evened itself out on my skin, so I'm like that. My two little eyes, I actually really liked. I really did like the gold. I thought it stung my eye, but when I used the blue underneath my eye, it didn't. So it's just my eyes being sensitive and me trying out different looks recently. That's all with that. The two concealers, I've always loved an e.l.f. concealer. The camo is probably my favorite. It's a bit more thicker consistency. So what I do is I actually use less. And I was said to Donna the other day, the same with the Maybelline, the Maybelline Age Rewind. I put a very little on. I rub it in, buff it in, and give it an extra buff before setting powder on it. It just keeps it that way, but you just have to realize that you do need to give it just an extra buff before laying down the powder. So I really loved those. What else did I have? Guys, the mascara is amazing. Absolutely amazing. This will be all over the tickety-tock if it's not already. If you were a no makeup day, that's beautiful, but for me it's just not enough boomph in it for me. The Maybelline, I know this is an e.l.f. Maybelline light powder, no, it is not light at all. It just really darkened my under eyes when I put it there. Again, my bronzer and my blusher are just what I have, but yeah, that is it, and this is my full face of e.l.f. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Let me put on my glass and see how it turned out. yeah, I actually really liked my eyes, what I did with my eyes. I wish the foundation was maybe more to my Studio Lights color, so it would flash up a bit more. I know I'm quite pale, but this is probably my natural color, guys, so yeah, that will tell you how pale I am. But guys, let me know what you think down below. Is there any products from e.l.f. I should be trying? Any products you'd like me to try? Pop it down below. Make sure you leave a comment and give us a big thumbs up if you like this video. If you stuck with me, thank you for lasting this long. Yeah, there's a few fun videos coming as well. I think I'll be dyeing my mother's hair after this, but that video will be going up first. And then I have a few weird and wonderful, lovely stuff coming your way. So I thank you. Stay cool, stay calm, and wear your goddamn masks. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.